You certainly do. Well, property prices continue to soar right across most of the country, at least. It's excluding the west here. But if you own your own home, the good news is you could be sitting on a fortune.
Well, finance expert Patrick Canion is here with us this morning to explain. He has a few ways homeowners can cash in on what he calls the land bank.
That's right.
What is the land bank?
Well, most people think of money that they save in their savings account as the savings bank. But people who have a lot of value in their home, we call that their land bank, and we encourage people to think of that actually as another asset they have to take advantage of.
Now, many people who live in their own home, their owner-occupiers, have still got a pretty hefty mortgage, unfortunately. They're trying to chip away at that.
Yeah.
How do you minimise that at the same time trying to, I suppose, create an investment out of it?
Well, it's being smart about how you borrow your money. Really, if you have a mortgage rate at the moment that starts with the number 4, you're probably paying too much. So what we say is shop it around, talk to a mortgage broker, because we're finding that you can, on an average mortgage, save about 0.5% per annum. Now, that might sound like a small number, but over a year on a $500,000 mortgage, that's $2,500 in your pocket rather than the bank's. If you keep your payments the same, that can take years off your mortgage.
So how can you use your home once you've got the right mortgage rate? How can you use it to build a portfolio?
Okay, well, this is the really cool thing, because nowadays ordinary people can invest like millionaires. You can go and see a certified financial planner and look at that land bank, that equity you have in your home. And they can help you design an investment portfolio, for example, that means that not only is your home hopefully growing in value, but you have additional assets that have been accessed by borrowing against that value, invested in other markets.
What about those perhaps later in life who are looking to downsize, go into a smaller apartment rather than a big house? I don't need all the space anymore. Yeah. Would you advise against that, or is there a particularly good way to do it?
Well, there's no one right answer, but that's a real big trend we're seeing. You know, people are saying, why should I spend my weekends mowing the lawn when I can be playing golf? You know, so why don't I sell my home, downsize into an apartment? I can pay off my debt, be debt-free, and maybe still have some left over to have my own investment portfolio. So it's a great lifestyle choice. You know, you have no debt, you have no mortgage repayments, and maybe some extra income from your portfolio, more time with your family and friends.
What would you say to people? You know, we do love kind of forecasts and predictions. In 2017, every year you get mixed forecasts.
That's right.
Looking ahead, there is a certain amount of crystal ball gazing
Get my
that
crystal
goes
ball
on,
out here.
Which is confusing to a lot of people. So how do you sort of educate people to sort of make decisions in an informed way when you do get such mixed messages all the time?
The truth is, common sense really plays out over the long term. You know, if you can see a lot of apartments being built and not many people move into the area, that's probably going to tell you that the values aren't going to do much in the short term. You also have to understand, never mind what's going on in the world around you, how do you want to live your life? What can you control? So property is a good example. We say, are you buying a home or are you buying an investment? And if you're buying a home, we'll make sure it's something that's happy and supports your lifestyle, and don't stress too much about what the values are going to do in the short term.
And just finally, what is the best way to take advantage of the current property market in its current climate?
Do your homework. There's no shortcut for actually doing research, understanding what you can afford, talking to experts, getting external advice, and then making your plans accordingly.
All right. Always good to get your insights, Patrick.
Yeah, thanks, Tim.
Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you very much, Patrick.
Appreciate it.